Hey guys, welcome back to the garage. Today we are here in my wife's car. She's got a 2004 Toyota Highlander, and she's been complaining of her air conditioning being too warm. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at it, see if it needs recharging today. And I thought I'd just show you guys a process since got kind of like a sudden project here. I thought we'd include it in the channel. So I went ahead, got some AC recharging coolant, and I'm going to go ahead and show you the brand I got here over at AutoZone in a minute. But the coolant I got comes with a little, sort of tag with the temperature gauge on it. I went ahead and show you here. Here it is. Comes with this guy. I had the car running a moment ago. It runs well with the AC on and it cools it perfectly. It showed it all the way down in the cold zone. So my guess is if it is, needing something, it's just a little bit low on coolant, maybe a little bit low in the pressure, but not, super low. It's probably on the lower end of the acceptable range. So what we're going to do, because I've been driving this car as well and personally experienced it getting a little hot when, briefly you flip on the recirculate switch. So we'll see if this is the issue. If not, it might be something else. But we're going to go ahead and check it today. I'll show you guys how to do that. And if we need to refill it, we'll go ahead and refill it. So without further ado, I'll hop up to the engine bay and show you what we got going on here. All right, first things first, we got an 04 Toyota Highlander, but this will work with any car that uses R134A refrigerant. And you can find out if you use that by looking at the stickers up on the top of the hood. Sometimes they're down here. In this case, our sticker is up here. Come up here, it says HFC 134A only refrigerant. HFC is interchangeable with R. So hop down to your local shop, and I think any car built in the 90s or later is R134A. I went ahead and got one of these guys. It's a leak sealer, protects the system, extends the life. I don't know if this system has any leaks, but if it does, it'll take care of anything. So the other thing is there's a $10 core charge on this stuff. Just bring it back and you get your, at least in California, you get your core charge refunded. So what we got to do is find the low pressure port. Also, when I turn the car in a minute, we're going to check to see if the compressor is running on the air conditioning unit. And if it is, great. If it's not, then hopefully it kicks on once we turn the air conditioning system on, which it should, because I already checked and this car is still blasting out cold air most of the time. So with that said, you want to go ahead and find your air conditioning hose. Looks like this guy is here. Let me turn the flash on. Looks like we got one of the AC lines here, and then looks like right up front here is our high pressure port. We don't want to touch this at all. What we're going to do is go, well, at least in the 04 Highlander, follow this one back towards the cabin, come to another tube here. This is our low pressure line, and in this car, it's kind of hard to see from this angle, but there is an L on the cap for low. Over here there is an H on the cap for high. Important to note, if you don't have an L and an H, some cars do not, the low pressure only, the AC repair stuff only fits on the low pressure nozzle. So it is kind of hard to screw that up. So what we're going to do is we're going to remove the low pressure cap here. Careful not to drop it. We're going to get back in the car, turn the AC on to full, and then check the compressor, and then get going with this guy. Okay guys, so for the next step, we're going to hop in the car, turn the car on, but make sure you've got gloves and safety goggles. I don't have safety goggles. I'm going to be wearing a pair of sunglasses, which are currently in the car, but you want to make sure you have those so you don't get the coolant on your hands or in your eyes. Go ahead and hop in the car, turn the car on. You want to make sure the car AC unit is on full, on recirculate, and set to the coldest it will go before we do any of this in terms of checking the pressure. I'm gonna hop in, get that going. Okay, now that the car is on and we've got the hose ready to go, we're going to take this valve, pull back on these flanges here, and then connect it to the low pressure port. Okay, now that the compressor's on, it's pretty much confirmed what I thought. We're kind of at the low end of what we need to have. When the compressor turns off, the pressure kicks up. As the compressor turns back on and sends the coolant through the system, our pressure drops right on down to the low end of the range. So I'm going to bring this up to about 40, and we should be taking care of the problem here. So to do that, we're going to go ahead and give the can a good shake, disconnect the valve, give the can a good shake, reconnect it, and then as we fill this up, we're going to turn the can side to side while holding the trigger, just to ensure the contents of the can get distributed evenly. Go ahead and put you back up on the tripod, and then finish this guy off. Okay, now that the can's been shaken, I'm going to go ahead and connect this back to the low pressure port. Again, confirm that we're at the low end. And then as we fill this up, go ahead and rotate the can back and forth. Okay guys, I got to talk over the engine fan here, but when we first started charging, our needle was barely in the green zone when the compressor was on, so let's wait for that to kick back on and you'll see where it is now. When it was off, it was just below 40. I think right now we're slightly around 30, and you'll see there just above 30, so that's right where we want to be. You don't want to kick this up into the upper end of the green zone or anything like that. You risk overcharging. So I think this is where we need to be. We're going to go ahead and disconnect the low port, and that's job done. Alright guys, we're back in the car. Turn the air conditioning off now because that was cold, which is good. Cold is what we wanted. What we're going to do now is go ahead and take the can back to AutoZone, get rid of that core charge, get it refunded. But if you found today's video helpful, if you want to see more stuff on my channel, go ahead and give this video a like. Follow some of the videos in the description, some of the videos in the channel below. Subscribe to the channel. I know right now not a whole lot of you guys are subscribers. If you want some more of this content, throw a subscribe my way, and keep watching for more.